Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Team Call here in Pink Power. Can you guys hear me okay? Thumbs up? Okay. I just wanted to say hello. I'm Eilers-Heffner, Emerald Ambassador. I'm super excited to be with you today, this beginning of February, beginning of a new month. It's so exciting. And I kind of feel like February is like a new start to the year for me because January threw me a lot of curveballs, and so I'm like, all right, I'm counting February as the new start. I almost said November, that would be bad. So, and I have a couple teammates too that had a rough January, so we can pretend like this is a new start, and that's okay too, right? To continue on with those New Year's goals. And sometimes it even takes that little bit of time to think about, what we want our year to look like and where it's going in so many areas of our lives. And if that takes you a little longer, then that's okay too. There's no time that isn't a good time to have a restart, right? So I wanted to talk to you about just loving your people. This is February, it's Valentine's Day. And so it's the month of love and all these things. And so we want to talk about how do we love our people well. We've heard some great Monday night calls the last couple of weeks about who to recruit and how to recruit and how do you share and what do you send and all this stuff. So, and we just finished these great promotions with the Apple Watches and the AirPods. And so we've gotten these joins, but now what? Maybe you're new, like, okay, now how do I make sure that this person stays on their products and is successful? So first of all, this is a health and happiness company. This is a health and happiness business. This is the business of changing lives and helping people live their best life through health and happiness and reaching those goals. So because that is so important, this is not an Apple Watch business. This isn't an iPad business. If you were here last March when they were giving out iPads, Plexus was, and an AirPod business. Those are so amazing, and they are so important to post about when our team members are earning those things, because some people get really, really excited about prizes, right? I actually really love getting the prizes. I really do. Like, I don't know how many people really know that about me, but I do love getting them. I think it's super fun because I'm the person that's like, if my kid needs a new stainless steel water bottle for school, I'm like, okay, yep, we're going to get it for you for school. And then I'm the one going, oh, I don't know if I should get that one. It's, like $30. Should I spend that money on myself? I can just use the ones I have, da, 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 da. So I'm hesitant to spend that money on myself. And so it's super exciting for me to get those prizes and posting about that. That's going to grab people's attention, right? I work for a hospital, and the hospital is a huge corporation, and healthcare is a money business. And so, it's an interesting thing, but our hospital does give us gifts a couple times a year. And I do think it's very, 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 very sweet. And they do give us some nice gifts. There's times where we get to go to our store and pick out a fleece or a polo shirt or a bag or a lunch bag. Like, they let us pick our own, right? And so I do find that to be very generous too. But a fleece that has my hospital logo on it does not produce that same excitement as an Apple Watch and AirPods, right? It just really doesn't. And so we want to share about that and all of that because it's just so generous of our company, and reminding people, like, you're getting an Apple Watch on top of the normal bonuses of helping someone sign up and be successful with this journey. So it's so, so important to show that. But that is not what we want to stop with. That is not going to get us to our next goal or our next rank, is just getting AirPods and then letting those people fall off. So what do we do? So first of all, I hope that you're signing your people up on the phone. This is so important. You're able to answer so many questions. You're able to plant so many seeds that way. You're able to build belief right away. And so you first of all want to sign them up on the phone. So you can tell them you're getting a percentage back on your own purchases over 100 product volume, and it's calculated in your cart. It's calculated for you. You are getting these Plexus perks now, which are huge, and this is incredible. So if you are not familiar with Plexus perks, It's all over Pink Power. Jamie Haskin has headed that up for us, and there's lots of information. We want to make sure you're searching for that, talking to your sponsor. So important. Just for signing up with any welcome pack, they are getting 250 Plexus perks, which is worth about $25. And what I have been telling people is, listen, you have to order again next month because you're going to get another 100 Plexus perks. That gives you 350 Plexus perks. That gives you $35 worth of free product that you get to cash in. So you get to cash in for a free product, or you can keep building your perks and then saving up for like a bigger product, like a Joyome or something. And they're like, well, what's that? Well, that's our amazing skincare, you know? So really telling them, like, you will lose these if you turn off this subscription, and you're telling them about the subscription. You know, change doesn't happen overnight. We're educating through this whole process. Healing our bodies from the inside out takes time. We can adapt your subscription. We can make sure those products are what your body needs, but this is why it's important. We want to see that change over time. And it just doesn't happen right away. So this is really going to help with what we call retention. It helps us help our people stay on their products for more than a month. We really want to educate even before we sign them up about using their products consistently for 6 months to really see changes and heal from the inside out, especially if they've had long-term and chronic issues. So I myself had gut issues my entire life. I had autoimmune issues, energy issues, I did notice more energy with Plexus, but I also detoxed for a couple of months. And the reason that I stuck with it is because I was already taking products from my doctor, and I didn't feel like this. Like, I didn't feel any differently taking them, but I took them because I knew that they were good for me. And so Plexus, when I felt detoxy, I knew that they were working, but not everyone has that mindset. And so helping them see the beauty in detox and the beauty in these subtle changes is really important. You know, we've talked about this before. We live in this microwave society, Amazon Prime, everything shows up in 2 days, and that's just not the case with our bodies. So make sure that we're educating along the way with that. Okay, so after you get them signed up, and oh, very important too, while you're signing them up, like, hey, Plexus rewards really generously when you help your friends start this journey. Helping 3 people in your first 2 weeks earns you back about $420. That is incredible, right? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm like, and I'll just say, we all know 3 people that have, and I'll list off migraines, digestive issues, energy levels, poor energy levels, poor sleep, wanting to lose weight. So I just kind of name some things and say, let's, think about some people. You're already planting that seed. You're not telling them, hey, we're going to go silver in the next 2 weeks, because they don't know what that means. And no one needs another job. We all have jobs. We all have lives and busyness and kids and all of these things. And so planting that seed, like, I'm sure that you can help somebody. The other thing to keep in mind is that most of the population is what we call a yellow personality, a helper personality. And very, very few people are going to say, no, I don't want to help anyone. Occasionally you'll hear that, but that's kind of a mindset issue in their part. And it actually is indicative to how you're going to approach them and how you're going to help them, right? Because they kind of have that negative mindset to begin with. If they're like, no, I want to help anyone. And so most people do want to help others, at least in some degree. So next, you're going to add them to your team page, right? Add them to the team page, welcome them in there, make sure that they feel welcomed and comfortable. Let them know, like, hey, I'm adding you to this team page. This is why. There's so much information in there. That way I'm not bogging down the messenger chat. I can tag you in pertinent information that's important for you to know. We do giveaways in there. We do prizes in there. And there's just so much information that I want you to have access to. You're going to tag them in 1, maybe 2 posts in that team page. So there's lots of posts right at the top of Pink Power. There's a couple of posts. There's the 4 pink drink posts, where to start, and telling them, and I'll screenshot it, tag them, screenshot, send it in the chat. I tagged you in this, and this is why. This is a good place to start. What you need to do is click on each of these 4 pink drinks, and in the comments, there's information for you. So really telling them exactly what they need to do, because they don't know. And then there is that video, you know, welcome, that Fallon has done here in Pink Power. And then if you have additional team pages, then you probably have something similar. So do not over tag, do not send too much stuff. And definitely initially when you're helping people get started in the team pages, screenshot it, put it in the chat so they know what they're looking at and why. I find that very important. So, you know, think about it too, like when you go to the doctor and they're like, oh, well, here, you need this medication, go to the pharmacy, get it. The prescription says take it this time, many times a day or whatever, but you have no clue why you're taking it, what you need it for, what to look for, what could be a side effect. Like none of that information has been provided by your provider. That's not good customer service. We don't want to be like that. So we want to make sure that we are providing that good customer service. And then, of course, you're going to have them in a 3-way chat with your sponsor. This is so important. It really helps to build belief. It helps with third-party validation. And it's just a nice network and support. If I didn't have 3-way chats, I wouldn't have the friends. And so just knowing too that your 3-way chat is more than just to tell about the products, is to say, hey, how was your weekend? Did you have fun at the Super Bowl party you went to? Like, this isn't just Plexus, 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 Plexus in the chat. This is your opportunity to continue that friendship. And if it's someone that you don't know very well, but you've recruited them, it's a very important opportunity to develop that friendship. And this is a place to stay engaged and to talk, and, you know, they should feel comfortable maybe sharing prayer requests at some point, something like that. It's a nice support. I was running all of the time, and so Plexus and being in these chats gave me this like place. It gave me somewhere where I felt supported, you know. My schedule with my working on the weekends and different things and having these little ones, it wasn't conducive to going to moms groups and different church things and whatever. And so it actually gave me this like, wow, I have something to look forward to, and adult contact to look forward to, and things like that. It gave me that opportunity, and you never know who you could provide that opportunity for too, right? We have one girl, really cute. She's like, oh, I'm making these muffins today, and she sticks the recipe in the chat. I'm like, that is so nice. I'm like, I actually have dead bananas I was gonna bake with. Thank you so much. It's perfect, you know? Really fun. It's just been this really fun relationship that we're building in there. So that is fun. All right, now in the chat, I usually put how to take, and I'll say, hey, I'll get on the voice message. I'm sending you how to take your products, what to expect. I'm putting it all in a row so that it's all in here, and so you can read through it. And my goal is to get this done before they get their products, so that they can read through it. And then a lot of times you still have to follow up. Hey, what did you think of the information that I sent to you? Because not everyone reads it, and then they go and take their triplex plus some all at one time and not gradually increasing it, and then they're detoxing, and then they're mad at you, right? So make sure you're still following up. What did you think of the detox information? I want you to make sure you've read that. What did you think of the how to take your Plexus video? Like whatever you've sent. I think that there's different systems in place out there, and so make sure you're following up. Have you read that? Okay, so if for some reason they're not responding in Messenger, you might have to ask them like, hey, is Messenger okay, or do we need to use a 3-way text? Making sure that Messenger is still a good way to communicate with them so that you're meeting their needs. This is really about them. I know for me, texting is not my favorite way to do the chats, but it doesn't mean it's not possible, right? And it's really not about me and my convenience. It's about what's going to help this person be most successful. So just making sure that that's good. The other thing is, if you have someone that is not responding at all in any way, shape, or form, in my experience, 90% of the time they are detoxing and they think something is wrong and that the products don't work. And so what I say is, hey, I haven't heard from you. I'm guessing you're detoxing, especially if you've seen that they've read stuff, but they're not responding back to you. Then I just come out and say, you must be detoxing. You're not responding back to me. I would really like to help you. What's going on? And being bold about it, because chances are they're already like irritated that you've given them this stuff that's making them feel yucky. And so what do you have to lose? So be bold about it. Or they're going to say, oh no, I have just been so busy. I have so much energy. I'm sleeping great. Da, 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 da. So, either way, when you say something like that, you're going to get a response. So definitely keep that in mind. When they're not responding, they're probably not taking something properly, they're detoxing, or they've run into maybe that something has just happened. And then you can say, like, I hope everything's okay. If that doesn't work, I hope everything is okay. I would really like to pray for you or support you or whatever I can do to help you through this situation, So make sure you're kind of still seeing their wall, still seeing their posts. So if there is something going on, then you would know, because we still want to be a good friend. And part of that is just still commenting on the wall. I often still will send testimonies or tag in Gut Health, Happiness, and Beyond and say, hey, I thought of you. Like, say someone's goal is to overcome anxiety when they're first still starting on their products. If I see that success story that they haven't seen before, I haven't shared before, I'll still either send it in the chat or tag in Gut Health and Happiness and Beyond and say, I just thought of you. We want to say, like, there is a light at the end of this tunnel. It just takes time. And a lot of our posts will say, in Gut Health and Happiness, like, there is kind of a time frame on a lot of them. Like, this has been a change over this many months or this many years. So we want to remind people again that this isn't Amazon Prime. People just need to kind of hear that over and over. Not like intensely, but they might need that reminder. And then if someone is just really struggling with how to fit their products in, like, I have people say, well, I'm so busy, I just can't take my pink drink. I'm like, oh, have you tried taking it first thing in the morning? And I ask them a question. I don't say, well, just take it first thing in the morning. I'll say, have you tried? Oh, no, I didn't think about that. Okay. Have you tried putting your ProBio next to your toothbrush so you can take it at night? Or sometimes put it on your nightstand so you remember to take it right before you go to bed. Oh, no, I haven't tried that. Okay. Those are some things you could try. Or if I ask those questions, offer a couple suggestions, and they're still like, I just don't know, then I'll say, okay, when do you think would be a good time for you to take it? What do you think would work for you? What has worked for you in the past? And asking them so that they have to kind of think through. Because when do we make big changes in our lives with anything, like with working out or changing our eating habits or something? It's when we have decided that it's important enough to make it a priority, right? And not when somebody has said. If my husband said to me, honey, you need to make sure you're getting to the gym, I would be like, no. Like, you're not going to tell me what to do, right? But if he said, hey, I would really like to start working out with you, it would be really fun to go to the gym together, when do you think we could fit that into our schedule? Then I'm going to flip over into this, like, oh, he wants to spend time with me. He wants to work out with me. That sounds like fun. Like, okay, now my creative brain, they call this the creative brain, this problem solving part of our brain can kick in and think. And so it really helps them to feel more empowered when we can say, what do you think would work for you? And kind of even reminding people that we didn't always brush our teeth. We had to learn to brush our teeth every day, right? We learned these things. And now we don't think, oh, I'm not going to brush my teeth, or we don't even have to think about it. It's like you get up, you do your morning routine, you brush your teeth, and then you move on. And so just reminding them, like, hey, this is a new thing for you. Like, especially people that haven't taken supplements or vitamins before, then it is going to take that little bit of time to help them see where they can fit it in. And sometimes you might have to be bold and say, you know what, it's just not hard to take a pill. Like, I understand that this is a new thing for you, but you said you don't want to have this pain anymore. Or you've said you don't want to carry this extra weight around, or you don't want to have your migraine. So is it worth it to you to commit to this investment that you've already made in order to get rid of your migraines or X, Y, and Z? And let them answer that. And putting the ball in their court. And like I said, helping them see the beauty again and seeing that investment. I also like to remind them, like, I am 100% committed to helping you be successful with your investment. And are you willing to commit to drinking your Slim for the next 3 days? And just start with that. Are you willing to start with just drinking your Slim for 3 days? And just say, I don't even care what time you take it. Take it first thing in the morning. Take it between meals. Take it after lunch. Doesn't matter when, if they're struggling that much. Just say, can you just take it the next 3 days? Because you can iron out timing and all of that as you go. It is more important that they take their products than that they sit in the cupboard. Yes, okay. And this is the other one, we're almost done. So then what you want to do is plug them into an event or a launch party. So Jamie, again, is our star tonight that I'm honoring. She has put together this whole launch party page, and that is awesome. And what it is you can set up a little private Facebook group, and there is a post about this and a video that explains this in Pink Power, and then there's a separate group for this launch party. So talk to your sponsor if you have no clue what I am talking about. Yes, Jen Converse helped too. It's amazing. Really, really smart, these ladies, I'm telling you. And so say, hey, you can say your new join. Hey, Susie, I am setting up a super exciting launch party next Wednesday at such and such a time. Some people you have to just tell them, like, I'm doing this, and I want you to think of 10 or 12 people that you know need gut health or migraine relief or autoimmune relief or weight loss. Like, make a list. Okay, let's invite them to this launch party, and let's share with them a little bit about Plexus and what caught your eye. And just tell them, like, I'm going to do this, and I want you to think of people. And sometimes you just have to be bold and just say, this is what we're doing, and I need you to do this with me, rather than waiting. Because a lot of people will say, well, I want to see what these products do for me before I share. And the biggest objection I have to that statement is, but if you post about weight loss, or if my sponsor had been posting about weight loss, I would have said, nope, not for me, and moved on. If that's all that I saw. If someone is super hung up on weight loss, that's their goal. But I saw posts about candida. I saw posts about migraines. I saw posts about energy. I saw posts about autoimmune issues. And that is what caught my eye. And so you need to remind them, but not all of your friends have the same goal that you do. And so you don't want to wait because someone out there is suffering from migraines or no energy or can't get out of bed in the morning or whatever the case may be. So you don't want to leave them suffering any longer, right? And the other scenario that I've said is, you know what, if you saw your friend at work with her head down on her desk at lunchtime, just feeling miserable and awful, and you found out she had a terrible migraine, and you had a Motrin in your pocket or in your purse, are you gonna offer that to her, or are you gonna like keep walking? You know, reminding people that yes, this isn't Motrin, and yes, we use Ease now. Excuse me. However, this is a term that people will understand, right? Do a Tylenol or a Motrin. Are you gonna at least offer that to her and say, hey, this might help your headache? Would you like it? Can I get you a bottle of water? And so reminding them that you could be withholding that Tylenol or that Motrin from them if you don't share. So keeping that in mind. And then one last thing really quick is just getting them to events. There's the Sip and See that corporate is doing across the country. They're doing one in Grand Rapids. I think it's next week. Yep, next week, and on the 12th in Grand Rapids. So if you're local to there, take some people with you. Just make it happen. Getting people plugged into the Super Saturday, the other opportunity events that are around. You know, there's events that we do as teams, different teams, and in Pink Power there's events, and there's those YouTube link events that other jewels have done, and just getting people plugged into those, whether they are a prospect or they're a new join, or even someone that's been a happy product user for a while, still invite them, because it's never too late to get someone to see the beauty in this opportunity as well. So I hope that that is helpful, and thank you so much for joining this evening. You all have a very good night.